the way of preparation may also improve the taste of the dried vegetable and may convince more of the typical farmer or typical Kenyan to appreciate these vegetables. But it is not something that is going to be easy because culture takes time to change.
Wow.
And any modification to the culture makes people a little more suspicious. But then, one thing that I would think is important, even if the communities that believe in the freshly produced vegetables are not appreciating the dried vegetables, then we could use the dried vegetables in areas where people don't have alternatives. Because when you start with those who have got alternatives, they may not appreciate. But when you move to those who do not have alternatives, they may appreciate what the technology has done, and even the nutritional value of the product that has been slightly modified.
All right. Thank you. Prof. Ogada, before you continue on, there's a question here. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello. So, my name is Jacqueline Chinto, and I'm representing West Pokot County as well as Baringo. So, that's a relatively dry place, and all I'm hearing is when you're talking about agriculture and all that, what about us now? We don't have this access to information, and we are not generally, we are pastoralists in nature. Why can't we have alternative forms of livelihood like honey keeping, which is very good in our area, and it's also it's organic based, and it would be a good substitute for sugar. So I think mine generally is to the government. What can be done about that? Because we can also have means of economic gain as well as eradicate harmful practices like cattle rustling through involving the youth in meaningful sources of livelihood. And at the same time, it's also effective in terms of climate change. So how would this information go back to my village, and how would you people help us? Because we have the resources, we have lots of land, and we have adequate manpower. So the problem is linking us from here to there. Because if you ask a person from my county if they know FAO, they definitely do. So wouldn't it be better, rather than to gain this form of donations, rather than producing it yourself, even if it's not necessarily through grain? And when Madam was talking, she was talking about the counties where they've implemented them. Nakuru, Nairobi. I didn't hear any Eastern county or any county that is necessarily suffering from food insecurity. Thank you.
Okay, Prof, before you respond, let me just get about... Okay, go ahead. Just about 2-3 comments, then we
sure,
to you for final
thank you so much. My name is Kolem Ruto. I'm representing the organization called TITU Development Organization, which operating in a marginalized community that is interior part of TRT. Now, as I wanted to second my colleague, indeed, we are the youth-led organization operating that part, and we are trying also to lobby on how we can just let go the bad arms of culture, and we are trying as a group to do those army processing and stuff like that. We have another youths out there which are limited to access to information, and we saw that Madam said, operating other parts, we really need this information, and also access of this information and even skills on how we can eradicate the burdens of culture and also matters in security. So thank you so much.
So real challenge. Real challenge there. I hope the panelists, please be ready with your responses as we close. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Francis. My concern is about if you check Kenya, Kenya is not a desert country. It's a semi-arid. And remember, we are importing foods instead of thinking outside the box. Especially the people from Asal areas. I know, I've been working there. you need to come to think or to compel your governor to set aside funds for education so that you can come from the poverty, or you can or you can make yourself to be rich from that counties. We don't depend on donors, because I know we have 47 counties, and we believe that ASAL area, there are almost 29 in Kenya. Almost 83% of Kenya is ASAL area. Remember, we are just importing fruit from Israel. Israel is a desert country. It's shameful to us. Thank you.
Okay. Tumesikia. So as we close, let's start with you, Prof. Go ahead. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. I must say that I did not